This is a refurbished phone I paid £10 for, and you'll be mind blown to hear that makes it the cheapest refurbished phone I've ever got. It was listed at exactly £10, and after backmarket's steep 49p service fee, it came to, well, you can probably do the math, and if you can't, it's about $13.50. I bought it from a seller on backmarket. For those who are new to refurbishers, backmarket, well, isn't one. They are a marketplace which hosts many refurbishers who set their own prices. In this case, presumably wrong. I mean, this was even listed in the top condition category, excellent, which generally commands a premium. Let's check it out and then I'll explain how I found it at this price. It got here quite fast, packed in this exquisite grey plastic bag. It's got some bubble wrap inside, around what looks to be the original phone box. That's a first from backmarket. It's a Motorola. Wow, that's a lot of megapixels for a tenner, and it's got a good sized battery too. Well, definitely above average. Anyway, Dolby sound too. I'll have to run it past the good old flappers. Okay, let's open it. Wait a sec, it has a seal. This hasn't even been opened, unless they've replaced it. I reckon this is just a new phone. Well, in that case, the excellent condition should be accurate. Yep, still got the original label on the screen and all, though it does have a case on already. That is a touch unusual. I assume that's just how Motorola ships them. Even a little dust under there. I guess they do have dust in factories too. We'll come back to this in a sec. Let's see what other goodies were included. Oh, yep, Idiot's Guide to Smartphones and some regulation barbecue fuel. SIM tool, in case you're all out of pointy things. A fancy USB cable A, with a shamefully non-British charger. Do you remember when we ruled the world? Okay. Now the phone itself. Let's get it out of the case. It's cool that they included this too, even if it's rather flimsy feeling. Maybe they figured you wouldn't want to sink additional capital into protecting your £10 investment. Externally, it's an understated but reasonably good-looking device. I would not have guessed its retail price just looking at it, and I'm talking about its recommended retail price, not its £10 one. Let's turn her on.
Hello, Moto.
That voice gets me. Motorola have traditionally had some of the weirdest startup sounds. Okay, she's mostly set up, just keeps installing these apps. Just bloatware. Let's get rid of my less preferred sweatshop simulator. Oops, it's been replaced by Solitaire, which my dog absolutely refuses to play without undoing moves, which is cheating. Well, at least I can uninstall them. I'ma let it finish, and then take the pruners to it. Okay, I think the spam storm has ended, so we can get rid of all of these, including the most obnoxious social app of all time, LinkedIn. I swear they don't get enough hate. Their email marketing is enough to make Hogwarts admissions look standoffish. The chin is a little larger than the rest of the bezels, not massive, but more than you're going to have on most modern flagships. No real surprise, as this isn't one. Also, if you jump in the lake, you're going to get wet. Subscribe for more scintillating facts. Honestly, I shouldn't really be complaining this much with how little I paid, but I'm spoilt, and the thing I'm definitely noticing is the screen quality. To use the technical terminology, it's mid. Actually worse than that. It's really quite low resolution for a modern phone, far less than Full HD, and additionally it has incredibly narrow viewing angles, where you see a darkening of the colours, even if it's only slightly tilted. A built-in privacy filter. But finally, while it doesn't exactly flashbang you when you turn up the brightness, it at least is okay. Audio earns it some serious points back though, which is good, because that's the other thing besides the camera they were boasting about on the box, featuring Dolby. Speakers are impressive. It seems to use two, top and bottom, and I'd say it was both a touch fuller but less clear sounding than my Samsung Fold. Brilliant for the price, anyway. And it even has a headphone jack, something to be celebrated these days. The camera, a big selling point for this phone, is reasonable but not more, getting solidly outcompeted by the 4-year-old Samsung I'm filming on, which admittedly did cost more than £10. In decent lighting, shots are fine. I'd give you a photo of my garden to demonstrate, but I don't trust those GeoGuessr guys, so you'll have to make do with my little friend Donald Pingu. It also has a 2-megapixel macro camera, which is presumably there because they think idiots are more likely to buy a phone with more cameras over fewer better ones. Well, it worked. Performance is passable. The chip is a low-end one from 2020, so while not quite the worst thing 2020 produced, not great either. Normal usage is fine, but anything heavy is likely to be a patience-building exercise. Finally, battery. It has a pretty large one at 5000 mAh, which is great because it makes this, together with its low cost, a tempting option for a second or business phone. Nice to be custom made as a second choice. Overall, this is not a phone I'm going to recommend. I think at retail, Samsung's similarly priced A15 is a much more attractive option, mostly on account of its better screen. Though of course, whichever you can get for a tenner is going to be the better deal. I'll get on to how I catch these super deals in a sec, but funnily, when I bought this, I tried buying an even cheaper one at the same time from a different seller on backmarket, but they cancelled the sale. Presumably, like our Motorola, the listing was a mistake. So I'm not going to name them. On the other hand, our seller, I don't know if they just didn't notice their error, or they decided to be extra decent and fulfill the sale anyway. Either way, at least they can get some good publicity from this. They've definitely delivered. Their name is Tech Traders Worldwide. Now, how I caught it? Well, mistakes or mislistings on backmarket are not uncommon. The trick is actually catching them. Me, because I'm professionally bored, just sort by low to high price and scroll down the list looking for phones that are unusually cheap. Normally you would need to have some idea of what the different phones' value is for this to work, but in this case it was easy as it was right at the top, the very cheapest. However, in the past I got this phone, an Oppo Find X2, for just a little bit more, but still about half what it was worth. So there are variations to this. That said, it's admittedly only something you can occasionally get lucky with, and it requires patience and unemployment. Thanks for watching!